All right, welcome back, everyone. We're going to do a little bit of a shift. We just saw Navi over in the CIS region. They qualified for the major, but we're going to shift gears now. We're going to go someplace a little bit warmer. It's the South American scene. We actually have Chaos versus Picole that is playing. This is going to be game number 2. Chaos took game number 1, and I'm pretty excited about this. This is like one of my favorite regions. You know, it's a I love my South America.
One of your favorite regions.
And North America. I'm an American. You know, I love the Americas. You know, but
she was disappointed that we were going to do the CIS finals instead.
Yeah. I was. I'm not gonna lie.
Come on, who wants to watch Navi?
No, I get it. I get it.
Boring.
But like when you've put so much time into watching a scene develop, you know.
Yeah, no, I respect you for that, Moxie, for sure. It's South America region, still definitely in the developmental stage in a lot of ways, but at the same time, they have showed a lot I progress. And you know, starting with last year, and there's still people that will, you know, be bitter almost on the fact that they get 2 invites to majors. But I personally love it.
You're just all controversial today.
Well, yeah.
My goodness, first talking about I'm kind of glad that Dendy's moved on, and now we're saying, oh yeah, South America.
Come at me, bro. No, but at the same time, again, I think it's obviously from a business side, it makes sense. There's a lot of South American players. They are very good at the top level as well. It's just more about getting these teams together that stay together and are able to perform with one another. Right now, Chaos is that top echelon in the South American region.
Yes, definitely. Those are some guys that, like a year ago, I started watching. I was like, these guys are gonna be big. You know, right back then it was all about SG and Infamous. But you know, I've been watching the X-Pain boys, now Chaos, obviously. But, you know, this is the other team that I've been keeping my eye on, and I think this team has a lot of potential. They are fairly newer. Again, you get these stacks that kind of come together for qualifiers. I've been playing maybe a little bit together before, but we've got 3 players from the former SG. We've got Costabile, we've got Theolicorn, we've got Bardo, and then you've got Hiko, who is, he was usually playing position 4. He played on Midas for a while, and then it was like Astine de Zunga, and 16 Anos, like all these different little. Okay, they're team names. They're team names. But he's recently made the shift to the offlane, and it's been doing pretty well with it. And then, of course, you've got Lenaro, who is a pub star sort of thing. I think he was ranked in the top 10 for his region for quite a while. So their synergy seems pretty good. Again, a younger stack comparatively to Chaos, who also has, you know, the big names like Weeha, Misery, and then a lot of these guys.
International flair.
Right, and then a lot of the guys that have been around forever. You know, Tavo, I'm pretty sure Tavo was one of the best offlaners.
You highly rate him, yeah. And you watch a lot of South America Dota, so
I'm a
take your word.
huge Tavo fan. King RD, of course, has been around since, you know, Dota 1. And you've got HFN, who is a top-tier carry, like on the line of, you know, Black. You know, he was known as the Black of South America for the longest time because of his, you know, farming patterns. And he's very famous for his Luna, which we might, you know, see out here, because they have been going kind of, oh no, they've got a lifesteal. Never mind. I'm so excited. I'm not even looking at the screen right now because I've got friends to watch South American Dota. It's usually just me at home tweeting out like, oh my god. But this is should be a good match.
Yeah, and we have a Rubik here for one of the few teams that has been able to actually pull off a Rubik mid, because Picole are the only ones who picked Rubik mid and completely got away with it. I would even say that Lenaro shone on his mid Rubik yesterday.
It looks solid.
So
still.
It was in a matchup against OD.
It's not a good pick, but Lenaro did okay.
Slardar. I feel like people. Oh wait, that one's yours.
That's a Hiko Slardar. Or no, actually no, because there's a Centaur, so that's gonna be.
Support?
Theolicorn, probably. Yeah, unless they're doing something really wacky, and Centaur's actually support. I doubt that.
And I'm very surprised that we haven't been seeing a lot of Slardar, because that hero is extremely strong. The dual lanes you can make with that. Well, we've talked about the tiny dual lane, but I guess with the Centaur it's just the same. You have another stun to go with the Slardar. If you bash first with the Slardar, then stun with the Centaur, then stun with the Slardar, by the time someone gets to move again, he gets bashed again. And that bash does a ridiculous amount of damage. So this is a very strong dual lane.
It's a hero, yeah. It's a hero that I feel like people are still almost kind of getting used to with those changes. In 7.20, we've seen glimpses of people try him out. We've even seen position 1 Slardar in some cases. And yeah, using that bash is it's a very, very powerful tool. Real quick, I want to also hype up the fact of how Picole Popsicles is even here in the first place. The fact that they defeated Thunder Predator, but again, for those that are tuning in, you know, may not have tuned in yesterday. If you happen not to, one of the top clips on Reddit, or you know, yesterday that happened. This is that Terrorblade, the 5-second Thunder cooldown. That they were down 1-0 on the verge of losing the series. 5v1, 1v5, how you want to look at it. Ultimately pushed and won the game. Then they won the next game off of momentum. And they're here. You know, could you imagine if they come back and beat Chaos now too, just off of all that? But whew, that's crazy to think.
It's incredible. Also, you know, it's a team that's got potential that hasn't even, you know, been around too long. But for sure, you know, I want to see
all the way at the bottom.
There you go.
Where's the Grimstroke here? Because that's been very popular. Like a Grimstroke pickup with a Centaur and a Slardar. Anything that they steal too with the Rubik, that could be potentially really, really nice. I don't think we're going to see it because usually it's the Olakor who plays the Grimstroke. But just thinking, you know, Inkswell with Centaur Stomp, Inkswell with Slardar.
Well, that would put one of the 3 heroes that we have on the board right now into a definite core role, though. So either the Rubik
So
or
maybe
like a Centaur, like a Slardar carry, maybe, as Breaky said, that some people have been experimenting with. So while I do agree with the combination, I don't think they have space for it anymore. They have too much good stuff already. Ooh, okay.
All right.
Okay.
We're all just sitting here like
Not
absorbing
necessarily.
our quarter.
Am I surprised? Yes.
Well, I'm trying to think, into a Life Stealer, is Arcwarden really the greatest? I mean, Life Stealer himself single target, but at the same time, Arcwarden's magic damage, you know, we see the Arcwarden versus Terrorblade matchup, for example. That's why Arcwarden's pretty good, right? It's the idea that he puts out a lot of magic damage against him specifically.
All
but
the other pictures are very, like...
The bubble is also not that great against Life Stealer. You know, he likes to get in your face anyways. Yep. So that's my concern with the Arcwarden pick. It's like he's not really that great against the opposition core.
I'm not sure what they're...
You do go Hurricane Pike fairly often on that hero, as well as that Arcwarden can outplay on the map versus a Life Stealer. So a Life Stealer doesn't necessarily have to take those fights, like get to take those fights into the hero if you play it correctly. And late game, obviously, a Life Stealer can only be in one place at once. Arcwarden does not have that problem.
Tempest Double got buffed. Only 2 seconds longer, but that's a lot when you have a illusion essentially hitting you for insane damage.
Extremely fast Life Stealer. He's going to go zooming.
Zoom, baby.
We're going to have high-speed motorboat chases in the middle of the river with Slardar and a surge.
I love that. I love that kind of flair. Although I wish, because it's only level 4, right? I wish they would have it like scaling almost through the levels. Like you run faster in the water by this much more at each level, rather than, oh, you're level 4 now. You can run super fast.
Yeah, you were not a fish before, but now you are.
Yeah. that part of it's kind of weird to me, and it almost forces you to try to get level 4 sooner than later. But
trying to put Logic and Dota together in one set.
I know. I still can try, but... It is tough.
I'm not sure how to feel about this Arcwarden because they don't have a really good way of like catching him if he's trying to go full on split push, right? Like Breaky was saying though, you know, it seems a little interesting that he's going up against a Life Stealer in a sense, but like there's so many other options. I don't know.
The Arcwarden has got a lot of frontliners in front of him, as well as that. You know, Raider Picole have shown off a lot of what they've done up until now, so I don't think that. That is a bad choice because they're surprising people right now. They surprised people with their Terrorblade before, but you know they're not gonna get to do that anymore. So
I don't
it's
think
time for
so.
something else.
Yeah, he's banned out. People know about Kostabi and his Terrorblade at this point, but I'm thinking
Alchemist man, huh?
I'm thinking that that's gonna be a support Rubik now.
5 seconds remaining.
Someone's excited about that.
Just because of that, now they're just spite you, Breaky. They hear you somehow, right?
But yeah, Arcwarden usually would end up mid. I mean, he definitely could be safe lane though. So
I'm trying to remember.
I think
that's going to be Lenaro playing the Arcwarden. I think it will be him, and then they'll go for something more traditional for Kostabi. But I'm trying to remember. Ugh.
Got Huskar. Are they setting up for Kunkka here?
I mean, that one finally made it through after an enormous amount of last phase bans.
Kunkka's good at catching Arcwarden. It's another answer to that.
Also very good at keeping people from running away during the Centaur Warrunner ult. Maybe he's a bit low on damage, but I think he fits well into the draft. Plus there's a...
Oh no, don't.
Oh, Moxie.
Yeah.
Those lines are so all over the place. I can't draw straight lines.
It's fine.
To be fair, I'm using my left hand.
So
yes, we're winning. Thanks for pointing that out.
This is going to be a
Tiny.
core Tiny then. They're going to lane that mid, I presume so.
He is a
That is
great answer to Arc Warden. In your face, doesn't care about the bubble necessarily.
5 seconds remaining.
In the lane, I would think he's great, of course, as Tiny usually is.
Yeah, and he can throw life stealers at you. That is...
Yeah, he's a great vehicle for a lifestealer, yeah.
Yeah, is that really a vehicle as he is
Or
a
he-
rocket launcher? The T-shirt
Mr.
cannon of Lifestealer.
That is, I don't think you won the prize if you're getting that tossed in your
No,
face.
probably not. Probably not.
Poor
I'm actually
man's
surprised that
Flink
Tiny made it through the entire draft because usually that's a Theola Core special, especially when you've got the Slardar on the side of Raid the Picole. But they let it go through. So it's going to be Weeha on the Tiny, HFN on the Lifestealer.
And now we get to see if there is this, if this Rubik Arc Warden are still going to switch things up.
I guess Rubik in the matchup against Tiny mid may be okay.
I haven't seen it before.
But I would think the Fade Bolts makes it, pretty decent against Tiny, as he usually would against any hero, but trying to mitigate his damage despite that tree.
Yeah, and I think the cooldowns are roughly comparable, right? On the Fade Bolt and the
Yeah,
tree.
yeah. 'cause
So
the
that
tree is
means
a
every
little
time
longer.
he grabs a tree, you grab your Fade Bolt.
Yeah.
And then thanks, Tiny, but no.
So I suppose a mid Rubik could be
Wait,
fine here.
We don't know yet. No, they go for the Kunga.
Okay.
That's a really good pickup against the Darkseer. Gives them some nice team fight as well.
Yep. And that's one of the reasons why I thought that they would go for the Kunkka on Chaos, just because if you leave that one, your Darkseer is going to be in trouble, or anyone that gets surged away, really.
So it's probably going
Let's
to
see
be
if I
Warden
can-
safe lane, though. Yeah.
Where do
I'm not sure if they're a little bit flexible on switching around roles on Raid to Picole. But we'll find out. We'll find out for sure. It's a pretty scary double stun lane, right? You've got a lot of lockdown coming out on the side of Raid to Picole. You've got the Centaur, Stomp, the Slardar, Crush, and you throw in the Rubik at some point with the telekinetic lift. The lockdown is a little bit lighter on the side of Chaos, right?
10 seconds remaining.
They can completely steamroll this game, though. And
seconds
I
remaining.
do believe Chaos are the favorites here,
Yes.
right?
Oh, yes.
Oh.
Oh, yes.
Ooh. That makes it hard, because on one hand, I do like what Raid to Picole is doing. I like the offlane that they've got going on. I think this Arc Warden pick is an interesting experiment. On the other hand, if you give the favorites a team that can steamroll, that feels like a pretty safe draft for me.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're going to go for
Chaos.
Chaos?
I'm going to play it safe here. I'm going to go with Chaos.
What about you, Mr. Brady?
I'm going Chaos. Just
hands
purely
down.
on
Wow.
the team.
All right.
I don't think
All
the
right.
draft, the Arc Warden is a scary pick potentially, but I think overall Chaos just, again, the better team, as I've been saying. I said that about Thunder Predator. I was wrong. But I do think Chaos is just simply the better team.
Actually, I believe that Chaos is honestly the better team. They've been around for quite a while. They've got a lot of international experience under their belts. Let's be really honest, I'm a Chaos fangirl. But I think Raid to Picole could actually give them a run for their money.
No, you
So you
don't.
know what? I'm going to go Raid to
you
Picole.
Yeah.
I'm going to believe in miracles today.
right.
And,
All right. Let's see if production sticks with you, like they always seem to do that.
they do. I mean, stats still
Moxie
lie.
fans over here. This is the winter finals, though.
This
So
is-
no matter what, both teams still in it, of course. And I think that's what Popsicles is kind of thinking about here, too, as far as, if we... And so that's maybe where the pressure isn't as extreme for them. And they shouldn't be feeling pressure at all,
They
frankly.
should be
They're the
feeling
underdogs. They still have another
really
chance.
good. Really, their core just
that
got,
could help.
Yeah, their core just got so much attention, right?
Yep.
Like
Yeah.
people were losing their minds over the fact that
I was losing my mind.
We all were.
Nice.
Except like 1v5 the other team.
was
Like
crazy.
what? Like where other game can you see something like that?
Yeah.
So I think they're feeling pretty good going into this. I'm sure they're feeling some pressure because who wouldn't be? But you're getting the chance to play against the Chaos Boys. So either way, this is going to be a learning experience, even if you get horribly slaughtered. And this is another thing that I love about these guys, especially a lot of the Brazilian players. They just have fun, right? We saw Thunder Predator. They threw out some of these piggy balloons too, but
Yeah, Toon was like kicking it around while there's like a fight
and he was
breaking out.
taunting too on the Lifestealer.
Yeah.
But
He was
I
actually
love
making
it.
sure to bring the pig to the place where he actually wanted to go. It's like, oh man, can't.
And a
take-
lot of these guys are friends, right? They've been around in the scene for so long. So this is going to be fun. I think this is going to be one of those matches where it's we're going to see a lot of tips. A lot of tips, a lot of chat wheel. Just playing.
Gonna see some
GRD,
songs.
you know?
Look at them just playing soccer with you. Look at this, just kicking the pig.
I believe it's called football.
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 Tabalito and Gordo there just playing around Costabile.
I heard they are big fans of football over in South America.
I think like
Well, just
everyone
a
is,
little.
The battle begins.
Oh, it's actually Hiko on the Slardar, so this is not... Is this Theolacor? No, Theolacor's on the...
Hikos are off.
No,
lane,
Bardo. Bardo, position 5 Centaur Warrunner.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's a core slot is what you're saying. Because Hikos are off lane.
Hiko's
right?
their
Okay.
off lane. He's very good with this hero.
And that makes a lot of sense, actually, because you want to bash that Lifestealer when he's in his rage.
Ooh,
That is
yeah.
one of the few disables that's going to go straight on through. So the more levels on Slardar, the better.
All right, so... Oh, I'm so hyped about this game. I'm so excited. I'm trying to keep it real professional here and very...
Failing.
How dare you
Thoughtful.
be excited?
That's one of the cool things. Okay, the roll in over here on the top lane. Immediately gonna try to push Tavo back just a little bit. The Olacor throwing out decent amount of damage here. VRD needs to be a little careful.
I think
Should
he's
be
in trouble.
fine. I think he's gonna be okay. But I mean,
Well, if he keeps breaking ankles like this, he is.
No, he
look
doesn't
at
have a lift for 10
Oh.
seconds. Yeah, no, he's fine.
it. Breaky just. Okay.
I forgot lift is a stupid long cooldown. So.
And there it is. Yep. Oh man, I love whenever other people go and they cast South American games and they're not used to seeing that much chat wheel spam and whatnot, and
Yeah.
they're like, "Oh, this is so annoying," and it's like, "No, this is South American Dota. This is
every game.
That's just Tavo every game, you know." But
Your
gonna
enjoyment.
lead these creeps to salvation over here. Do a little bit of a pull. Probably not gonna be able to TP himself away considering what he's
Up against.
facing. Yeah, but you know he's giving them a run for their money.
Doesn't have surge
Two
yet.
for
Still
the
level
show.
1.
He might get the level he needs off of these Iron Shell creeps.
Oh,
Close
dear.
to it. It's getting close.
that one.
What's
It's denied.
happening? All right, there's the stomp. I don't think that you want to use anything else though for spells just yet. Oh, they do actually get the
Level
lift, but
2.
he's too low. He's not going to be able to TP out. So
Do surge, go.
more.
Because his last hits, he messed majorly with the lane balance.
Stabilize.
He's taken a lot of damage under the tower as well.
Yeah, I don't think Arc Warden's a huge fan of having to last it under the tower either, but he'll manage.
Yeah, you make do with what you can.
How is this mid going? 12 and 5 Tiny, 9 and 4 Kunkka, so Kunkka's hanging in there.
Just so excited to be able to see these two guys facing off and get an idea of how. Like I know people have told me they're like Lenaro's so good, but like this is Weeha. This is one of the best mids in the world.
This
This
is
is
gonna
a
be
test, and I don't
yeah.
think he's ever even played against him before, unless you know they were playing pubs down in the South American region, like
Okay.
in Brazil. So I'm really fascinated to see like just how good is Lenaro.
Well,
And a Midas queued up for Lifestealer.
yeah. And he's going towards it fast, too. That's an aggressive amount of CS on him.
This
and
is
on the
HFN.
time as well. Oh, yeah.
This is what he does best, baby, is hitting creeps.
I remember you mentioned the Luna earlier that he's known for. Yeah, I do
He's-
recall games there.
He's
Impressed to watch that.
disgusting on Luna. It's Slark and Luna are like his
Slark too,
two heroes here. Luna are gonna have to TP out.
Good decision there. Interesting to see a Winter Wyvern of all heroes rotating mid that soon.
Bash
That's
Proc
pretty
gonna
good.
come out. Next
Oh,
one.
They did get they got one bash, I think,
There you go,
already.
that's
Yeah.
bash.
The rage, turn back
Couple
around,
hits.
HFN, there's gonna be the crush. Can they
bash
take
coming
him
in.
down? He's gotta
He's
get
too
out of
hits,
there.
I think. Yeah, no,
Needs
this should be
maybe
a bash,
one
but.
more. No, he's out.
Oh!
With the
got it.
Olacor. The Olacor God, yeah, there's the tip. Rolling though here on the top lane. King RD gonna push back Constabulate. There is a centaur nearby though. They've got Bardo. Oh boy, there goes DRD. Now Tavo is out of mana. Does have a mango if necessary. Gonna just kind of punch through with the centaur. He's holding on to that.
Firecrackers.
Fireworks. I love it. We'll be able to go throughout a Spark Wraith though. It's not gonna be enough to do a whole heck of a lot to Tavo, but we'll get his pony boy out there.
Misery has been all over the place on his Winter Wyvern, hasn't he? First showing up mid, now he's bot again.
Oh, he's got a haste too. Oh, looks like Tavo does manage to get the kill onto the Arc Warden in the top lane while we're watching the Winter
Yeah.
Wyvern just throw out those Arctic burns.
Yeah, look
pretty
about the
big.
minimap. Centaur went back to pull, but the creeps were still under tower, and their spirit came back in. They copped a lot of damage, though. I
Yeah.
presume they tanked another couple of Spark Wraiths.
What do we think we're going to see on Arc Warden, by the way? Is this going to be more that Thompson style, the early Necronomicon, and then maybe the Midas, or does he just be in the safe lane? Is he going to go just straight Midas, Maelstrom, whatever?
I don't know. I haven't seen I haven't seen him play the Arc Warden, I don't think. Oh, that's a nice talk coming out from Weeha. Lenaro in for a little trouble. Does have himself a salve, though. He'll just heal right back up. Now everyone's kind of dancing around with the creeps in the mid lane. Some Kunkka giggles.
And he was going to get another load of splash damage onto that Tiny. 5-minute runes. Looks like they're just going 2 for 2 for now. And I think that honestly the name of the game here is going to be how hard is HFN going to be able to run away with this game, because he's ramping up already.
Overall, we've seen some impressive. This is the third game between last night and today. We've seen Lifestealer, and the first 2 games at least, it's been a very impressive performance on this hero. We knew that this hero got some good buffs in 7.21 especially, and kind of one of them on the list of like expecting to see him. Tavo's
dead.
Yeah,
he's dead.
Flux.
But the others, yeah.
Ain't getting away.
No, it's just sitting a little bit too low, I think.
But going back to that point, it seems like, yeah, Lifestealer games have overall been pretty good. So it's shaping up to be a good game for Chaos. Kind of goes to the lineup just being a faster lineup in general. Yeah, wanting to use that bash.
Yeah, apparently.
On the hero.
I mean, it's HFN. This is one of the best farming cores in the world, and if you give them the space, if you make it, which a lot of the times, like even before, you know, you had Misery and Weeha joining the team, you just had like a Clown Fiesta in every lane except for HFNs, because they're like, don't worry, he's got this, you know? We're making him the space, he'll show up, he has the items, and he just murders the other team. But there are, you know, it's an interesting look, especially because they do have, you know, the Slardar, right, too. That's supposed to be a pretty good solution, as long as he stays on task here to kind of mess with him.
He did have the Necro queued up. I was actually just about to kind of answer my own question from earlier in that I don't think we're going to see it because of he's dealing with the Lifestealer specifically, but he is choosing to go it still. And of course that with the Tempest double, the value you get out of it is really good. But again, the Lifestealer can be a bit of an issue for that.
I'm trying to figure out, like, the unknown variable for me right now is, of course, this Arc Ward and knowing what and where he's going to do here in this game. And I think...
He just needs time.
Yeah, he needs time, and I'm not sure how this is...
Well, we've seen before what Constabile can do if he is, like, the only one.
This is true. This is a good hero for, you know, getting rampages.
If you want a 1v5,
boy, do I have a
Terrorblade
hero
25 and Arc Warden, they're definitely...
Misery?
They're up there. Oh, he's getting spotted.
No, he's got the Tempest double to get the stomp off. Double edge here over onto Misery. Flux. There's going to be the Fade Bolt coming through. Takes down Misery. Tavo's got to be a little bit careful. Also, King RD needs to be careful because they also have another rotation coming out from Hiko here. He's trying to get himself away. Should be able to roll on through to the other side. Drop some of those firecrackers on his way out.
You can tell that he is very comfortable with this hero. Just what he did right there, just activating the Tempest double, double fluxing right away, placing Spark Rate. Like, he is very comfortable with the micro. So.
Oh, the stomp. Eco's here. That's going to be a dead GRD.
And the interesting part to me is that right now we have all 3 Radiant heroes on the top of the board as for CS, but the gold advantage is actually going to Rado Picole right now. 1k gold, presumably out of maybe some of the creeps on the Radiant side are jungle. Yeah, the Darkseer didn't get too much health there.
It's a lot of space though down here for HFN again. Again, they're kind of ignoring his lane, and that's going to be a huge problem. They cannot be ignoring him.
Oh, and Misery has absolutely nothing. That is also a bit of an issue.
I feel like Misery's kind of used to that though.
Yeah.
Like, he's kind of used to playing the position 6. Used to be the duster role, right?
Well, I'm looking forward to him. You know, this is a Winter Wyvern. You're going to have a tough time during the laning stage, but after that, they're probably going to give him a lane to hold for as long as possible. He's going to be spamming those Splinter Blasts, and meanwhile his core, which is the Lifestealer in this case, is going to move into the jungle. But if he is too underleveled when he goes into that, his Splinter Blast isn't high level enough, and then you get the problem that he can't actually burst down these waves fast enough. But
I'm sorry, I just have a feeling I know what's being spammed in chat right now with what we just saw on screen right there. That's all. I'll leave it at that.
Oh boy, Misery. They actually dropped the wall over here, and it looks like the Olakor might be in for some trouble. He's trying to run himself away. Doesn't have any spells really to use, although he's trying to run. Now they'll be able to find that kill. And looks like Lenaro's going to get slain in the middle lane. Weeha finding an opening there.
All three net worth, though, leading on the Radiant side. That's, again, a fantastic start for Chaos. And when you have an Arc Warden, especially, playing more of that 4-1 idea as boundary battle.
Turning back. I mean, you've got this big old pony coming in here. He's got to stomp. We'll be able to double stomp, turn around, use that double edge, toss back again. Flux got the throw back right to the Wyvern over there. Good avalanche coming out from Weeha. In comes Lenaro. He's going to be able to get the X off over here onto Weeha. The Yolo in for some trouble. He's going to get taken down. Follow up with the Torrent. And they just don't have a... Oh boy, that is right to King RD.
That was an interesting choice.
That indeed was.
Almost got his teammate. He saved him initially and then almost got him killed.
Good avalanche coming out from Weeha. He finds himself a double kill.
Yeah, we just played that very well, though, overall.
They might actually be able to clean up, though, here. X marks the spot, boat, and they'll finally take down Weeha.
He did his job, however. A lot more space for Lifesteal at the bottom lane. Won the exchange ultimately in the end, even killing Arc Warden. And again, speaking of bottom lane, Lifestealer's just going to work with the Hand of Midas, go in the Armlet, so we're not going to see the extra greedy build of the Radiance even. Instead wants a build that's going to allow him to fight much sooner. And I like that. Again, you're dealing with the Arc Warden. You have a good vehicle.
Started in for a lot of trouble here. There's going to be the wall.
Jeez.
Just looking like it's going to be a kill. Yeah, there you go. And bottom lane, Rage is going to get used. Hiko is trying to be aggressive here. Needs to be careful. He's fighting underneath the tower. I'm not sure about this. They don't have a lot of damage.
Are you sure he needs like...
I was going to say...
He needs to be very careful.
Yeah, if he kept fighting there, maybe, but initially they definitely did not have enough damage to take him out, so...
Yeah, you can't burst him before he gets the Rage off. And he is slowly inching ahead. And he's got two such great cores to make space for him. He's got the Darkseer and the Tiny, both of which are going to get some very fast items. Tiny's going to initiate. Darkseer can pressure over to the side as well. Oh. Slaughter's getting kicked out. We don't want your kind here.
King RD is going to be in for a bit of trouble. The Olacor over here is trying to face off with Weeha. They do find the kill over onto King RD, though. And, oh man, yeah.
Slaughter got picked up elsewhere, and that's two dead on the side.
Oh, they got Weeha too. Tabo trying to run himself out. I don't know if he's going to be able to. Stomp's going to land. There's a lot of damage coming through. A lot of Harpies hitting him too, but I don't think he's going to be able to get that denial off into that camp.
The Olacor was infested, I believe, in the Slardar. And the Slardar died on his way in. He got bursted by the Tiny. And then the Rubik jumped out of him. And he was suddenly face to face with a very angry Tiny. That was a very weird occurrence right there. Luckily they get away with a couple of kills. But that was an altogether weird engagement from both sides. I'm not sure what to make of that. I'm not sure what the purpose of that fight was either. Like, Weeha was just pushing top. And I think if you put a Rubik there or something, you can just hold him off the tower if you'd like. He doesn't have any engagement tools yet. He can't blink on you. Just got a Shadow Amulet for now going into the Shadow Blade.
Drum's choice on Slaughter. Okay, I like that. I was going to say, I feel like the X factor here for Popsicles on the dark side is... Oh, can you get him? Yes! Nice job with the Slaughter Crush. And follow-up bash proc, man. See that damage that happened. Level 4, I believe he has the ability, yeah. But he's the X factor because he's this kind of playmaker, the one that's going to be the tempo for that 4-1 strategy that I was referring to earlier. Open the space for Arc Warden, and they absolutely need that here in this game. And that's a good start, at least. Going to the bottom lane there. Kunkka, you see his farm too. He's actually going Armlet himself. More of just a standing strong battle, which I'm a little skeptical on. I actually go back to the Lifestealer, and whenever you're building items that enhance your life that much more and are all about that, you know, you got to be a little bit careful. And so as far as what I would rather see, I suppose maybe like a Shadow Blade on him, get those jumps. But either way, Armlet, he's going to have that item. And yeah, you see the Necronomicon also finished on Arc Warden. They pick off Rubik, though.
It's a very weird experience. Unfortunately, my in-ear went out again. So during that last fight, I was like, there's so much happening, but it's so silent.
Can't hear anything.
Like Silencer ulti. Oh, Courier, gonna go right past that. They've got their eyes over here onto King RD. They've got the X mark the spot and the boat torrent. Now they'll land the boat over here. They'll follow up with the... Whoa, okay, that was a little hairy, but Lenaro does get himself a kill. All right, so while this is going down, though, they do manage to start putting a little damage on the mid tower. And they're gonna go and just try to defend that. Hiko is Very aggressive right now, so.
HFN just keeps on getting ahead, though.
That is HFN.
Is he
Currently
going
hazed
to-
up, so he's not being too sneaky here, but
Needs to be careful. He's going right up into several of these heroes. Again, he has that rage up. And he does have the backup from the rest of his team. In fact, they have to be careful they don't go too heavy on this. Although Hiko's got his eyes over here on Misery. He was thinking about going back in. Of course, they don't have vision over on the Weehall right now. So need to be a little bit careful. In fact, there's going to be the open wounds over here onto Theolacor. There's going to be the avalanche toss up into the air coming out, followed up with a nice wall combination. Hiko will get taken down with the tree. The rest of the side of Picole going to be able to walk away from the engagement, but that is wall down now.
I think you'd really rather lose your Rubik there than your Slardar. Like, the Slardar is supposed to be this mid-game solution to the lifestealer by just bashing him up into these fights and taking out a lot of that rage time. But he has died twice now, I think, in very questionable engagements, and he's just not getting off the ground. Whereas this lifestealer definitely is. And there's also that full Shadow Blade up on Weeha now, which is going to mean that there is Invis tiny first lifestealer bombs coming up.
Yeah, speaking of a lifestealer bomb over here, looks like Bardo in for a bit of trouble. They get the Winter's Curse off though. Oh, they're doing so much damage. They take out the Theolacor. Hiko, they're turning back around. Another boat coming through. It's a bit of a fail boat. Doesn't connect on anything at all here.
something I'm noticing too, Custabili, he's trying to evolve himself quite a bit as we're not even done just yet. Lifesteal in the back lines going after Slaughter, and he's going to be caught up too. The avalanche follows up. Easy kill on him. Killing spree, in fact, for Wii. But yeah, back to the point. Arc Warden, even with the Tempest Devil there, you know, sending it in, trying to help. The bottom lane, he was trying to be involved, and then they got turned. It almost seems like he's trying to do too much of that. And I would rather just see him just be that greedy farmer, because they need it. They absolutely need it. They need him to be able to take over the late game. And these engagements aren't even necessarily working when he's trying to involve himself.
Yeah, luckily his double damage is running out. Otherwise he was going to be...
A little bit of cheeky play coming out here. Misery was trying to walk away. Lenaro, though, he's got an X here. Look at the taunts coming out. They're still going to be able to find that kill. It's not about the kills, all right? It's about these objectives.
It's about sending a message.
Cool guys don't look at explosions, right?
Not at exploding dragons.
That Midas, though. Feels good to have on Arc Warden. You pop the Tempest Double. Cha-ching.
Yasha coming out next for the Lifestealer.
God, all I can think of when you say that is, what was it? There was like the first cast that Slacks did, and they sent it into like Toby and Cap or something at Join Dota. And he just, ching, ching, there's the money. That's all I could hear is Sir Axel Slacks saying that when you say that. And then they said, like, please, for the love of God, don't ever cast.
And now he's where he's at today.
Yeah, yep. He's going to own all of us one day, you know that, right?
Maybe Slacks is going to buy the South American scene.
There you go, yeah.
That's like the kind of evil plan I could see him.
Evil plan.
Of course, I guess his motivation is literally to sow as much chaos as possible.
That's true. That is a lot of
South
chaos,
America
literally.
And chaos, well, literal chaos.
Literal
here as well.
chaos picked up by, you know, Greg.
So have we inadvertently seen through the plans?
Yes, clearly.
Chaos plus their action Slacks.
Equals profit?
Equals something, all right.
Slaughter needs that blink. Drums, I liked, but at the same time, they are still lacking that absolute catch. He's working on it, but these other cores surrounding the Arc Warden, unfortunately, haven't been as powerful. In fact, looking at Slaughter's net worth, yeah, it's a lot lower than they need him to be. He's recovering. At least Kunkka has been out there, but again, I kind of go back to his build too with the armlet. I suppose it is a better flash farming tool for him, but as far as the game plan goes, is that what he really needs to be doing? So.
He's going to buy a BKB next. And then... Well, yeah, they need to actually buy space for the starter right now.
I've got the sentry ward down here, so...
Talk it over.
Pause, come out from Costabile. I'm guessing that this is a little bit more of that internet trouble. They have those lag spikes from time to time.
It's possible. It's usually Theolacor and Hiko are the ones that have like the bigger issues generally with their internet, especially if it's raining. It makes you feel really like lucky if you live in an area where the weather does not affect your internet.
Oh yeah.
A tower.
Get
it?
Oh,
Get it?
Yep,
no.
there it is.
Okay.
All right, all right.
Sneak a Roach, and with Haze, they do it fast.
Yes.
Do they have they have a sentry outside the pit though? Yeah, okay, good.
Yeah.
It's like, and all you need is Weehaw just coming in there with a big ol' avalanche.
I don't know. Did they smoke into this? I think they might have.
They should have.
They've got to know something's up though. That nobody's showing in lane.
Yeah, well,
Lanes
they're
are-
pushing bottom tier too.
Bo right onto
Duel-
Misery.
Nice.
Yeah, and
All right.
Misery's the one person you need to keep out
Uh-oh.
Oh,
of
the
that
roll
fight.
in. They've got the wall up too.
Curse.
Oh my goodness, that's a curse coming through. They're trying to just burn him down right now. Looks like they're not gonna be able to quite find a Hiko. He's trying to TP himself out. He's not gonna be able to find it. Suddenly kind of run out, and he can't either. It's gonna be an Aegis pumped. He's gonna come right back up again, and I'm sure he is just in for a world of hurt. Yeah.
Great Roshan initially, but fantastic timing for Chaos.
And runes.
That was right there on the edge, though. If they, because that boat stops Winter Wyvern from getting like the best possible ult off. If they actually manage to jump on her somehow and kill her, then that fight doesn't go nearly as bad. But there's 2.5 seconds just wasted of cores hitting on each other instead of actually fighting in that pit, and that does so much work.
Lifestealer went a Desolator, by the way. He is shredding anything he attacks right now.
Oh, that courier.
There's a little bit of trouble there from Tiny
Oh,
the tree. Okay.
No, last second they'll be able to go.
Good job
Pick it
there.
up.
Oh, he's still going
He's
back.
still, yeah.
Still hunting.
Weeha's like, where to go?
But I love that too, because when it comes to objectives, of course, Lifestealer himself not the strongest at it, but you throw a Desolator on him, all of a sudden he's a bit better when it comes to taking towers, especially. So, yeah, like seeing that on the Lifestealer, and they have a 5,000 net worth lead right now, and Lifestealer, of course, on top of those charts. So with that Arc Ward and Death, especially after getting the Aegis, already using that now, unfortunately won't have that protection anymore. He's kind of got his nice trio though. He's got bots, he's got Midas, he's got Necro. That's the ultimate start that he needs to start really accelerating. Now he's going to start building a lot more right-click damage focus, starting with the Maelstrom, and then with the Maelstrom, that's where you can start seeing much more of the split pushing as well.
Yep.
Which is what they are going to start
They're
relying
losing
on.
towers fast though.
Yep, that Desolator.
It's a huge
Fast.
problem.
Like as you said, he needs to get that split push up, because the only way he's going to keep this Lifestealer from doing anything is if he just can't get there. There need to be creep waves in that Lifestealer's way all the time. He needs to be kept busy, his own base needs to be threatened. But Chaos still has all 3 of their tier 2s up, which is a really great way to just stop off an Arc Warden. It's just, he's going to have to go through that tower while you go through his base towers.
He's also got to be very, very scared, because if Weeha's not showing on the map, you have to assume he is somewhere looking for
He's
your booty.
lurking.
Yeah. That's pretty scary. Bardo just going to TP himself out here.
Oh, he's going to have a blink. Okay. Does Slaughter have his blink yet? Yeah.
Yeah, he's got that's big, and the BKB is going to be huge too. Just have to watch out for that Winter's Curse, obviously. Leolukor having stolen that
Yes.
Arctic Burn.
Harry Potter over here.
Seeker of the Quidditch team. Of knowledge.
I would love to try Quidditch.
Really?
Flying around on a broom? Sounds fun.
I don't know.
Sounds dangerous.
Yeah.
Does sound very dangerous.
Especially enchanted balls flying at your head? No thanks. No thanks. Oh, all right, so
Speaking of
let's-
BKB, Kunkka's going one too.
I think that's a
Proving to
good
be
choice.
popular item. It's a good choice, but we already referred to Lifestealer and what he's able to do as far as his physical presence. It's like he doesn't care.
Just casually hitting the tower in the top lane all by himself, no problem, no big deal.
He knows that there's nobody who can
Right.
kill him.
Right.
Nobody who can stop him. So, is this smoke on smoke? I think, yeah. Right, Picole just smoked into the Radiant jungle, but Chaos are hot on their heels
Are they going
with
to
the
flank
smoke of
them
their
with
own.
the smoke? Oh no.
This is more like a ships in the night kind
Yeah.
of situation, I believe.
Both had the same kind of idea already, Stubby.
Because David left his real hero down here, and
Yeah.
they're all
No, they
coming
see
for
it.
his
They
face.
see that they're coming through now, so I think he realizes, oh, I want nothing to do with this.
All right, there's like 400 gold.
They have a scan if they want to. Okay, never mind. I need to keep it out.
We're just gonna see like a full-on kind of like ratting style going on. It just
Yeah, it's this. They have to. The
Yeah.
Arc Wardens, obviously, notorious
Oh.
for doing that, and with the way this game's playing out, they're gonna have to rely on that.
yeah, I get out of there right now for sure. But that is his 10-second BKB they just picked up.
I mean, the Winter Wyvern also got used to, so you have a little bit of a window here. But yeah, you're
That's a
not happy
poor
about
Wyvern.
I actually like to see a Basher, even an Abyssal Blade on Lifestealer, too, because
Yeah.
they do have the Wyvern Curse, but outside of that, any kind of BKB TP, they have no way to stop it, and that'll bring that threat in. Yeah, look, there we go. Abyssal Blade queued up.
Look at these poor necro creeps just running away from the lifestealer who's coming to eat them. And Costabile actually just brings in a clone as well.
Right.
He is really making sure that this lifestealer cannot get anywhere near his base. But this is going to take a lot of...
Bubble? Oh, Bubble.
Meanwhile.
No, they might have been able to find a kill over on the Tavo, but Weeha's still standing nearby here. They've got the Winter Wyvern coming in, trying to fight off with Hiko over here. And they're still trying to maybe get him out. It's going to turn back around. They find a kill over onto Linarl. They'll find the kill onto Misery, but they've just lost their mid. And now Weeha, he has a double damage.
Yeah.
I don't think you chase after that guy, but you might be able to go and take down King RD here. In fact, yes, that's exactly what they are going to do. Weeha now going to go and just hang out over here in the trees. Tavo, he got very, very low. I'm actually very surprised that...
You see how, yeah, he's got a Crimson Guard. They threw the Embrace on him, though, and made it very difficult to finish.
Oh my word.
God.
Double kill for Weeha.
Ouch.
So patient.
And I think the DD, like, just wore off.
Yeah.
So he killed them.
That was like a mini Ravage over there.
Casual 2,000 damage in the span of, like, a second. Just level 18 tiny things. Nice
and with the way, like, you'd think that he was the most farmed core on the side of Chaos, but he's not.
It's not even close.
No.
HFN is sitting in the creep on top.
Oh no, Bardo first to use the
Run.
Stampede. Run himself out. Oh my word. Now imagine once he actually has that Abyssal online.
Yeah.
He's just going to have run of the whole world here.
So Misery has claimed the bottom off lane jungle now, and they're meeting up HFN through the mid. I think it's going
That Yule.
especially if we get
Linaro. Got to pop the BKB. X will come out here over onto that.
Look how fast he is!
Oh, what a nice curse here. Yeah, they're going to be able to find that kill over on the Bardo. Rest of the team trying to run away. Tavo was thinking about going in there. Weeha also was getting a little cheeky. They did manage to get the X off, but I don't know if they have enough damage to really do much of anything else to this Tiny.
And the Lifestealer just munches his way through the necro creeps, and this is going to be a very rough defense.
Yeah, Warden's not pressuring lanes right now either, so they don't have to worry about that as Chaos. They can just kind of chill here for the time being. In fact, jump in. Wee wants to go for the catch. The Lifestealer bomb inside. They get the one kill initially on the Slaughter, and they're looking for more. They get one.
They just love throwing King RD.
Yeah.
Might have thrown him to his death, actually.
Worth it.
Yeah.
Noble
fine.
sacrifice.
It was pretty funny.
Yeah, then it's worth it in entertainment value. There you go.
I mean, that is something that KS is very good at doing, is they're very entertaining.
Horrible decision as far as wanting to win this game, but we were
That's
entertained. Thank you.
Yeah, there's the tip.
No, but on a serious note, though, I mean, they did dive pretty deep going back to that toss, and they didn't even touch the tier 3, really, so they want to kind of keep that in mind.
No, Bardo. Bardo.
I think they were not extremely... Look at him trying to gallop his
You
way
can
out.
run, but you can't hide. Can't even run, really,
the
honestly.
second time he's had to use Stampede just to try to get away from Lifestealer.
Oh, does Lifestealer have his? Oh,
no. A good attempt, good attempt.
Keep going, Bardo. Run
He has
there.
Blink, right?
No, he
No.
doesn't.
Oh. Wait, what?
He switched up his build. Oh, first
did?
hit.
The first hit, dash, HFN.
So he chose the Vlads over the Blink.
Yes.
Huh.
I'm guessing because they were not going to be doing pickoffs anytime soon, but
Yeah.
they were definitely going to 5v5
fair.
fight. He has to be alive for that, so.
This Yule's
Kunkka's
doing
caught
work.
again. Okay, never mind. They're not going to follow. Yeah, the Eels is a good pickup.
Yeah.
Alicia Awkward is getting out on the bot lane again, so something is happening there. But what I wanted to say before, when they took that fight on mid, they weren't really, like, they would have rather had like a proper pick-off before going high ground there. Otherwise, I think they would much rather just wait for the rush. They're not in any sort of hurry. This Arc Warden is, as I said, not near their base towers yet at all. So they're not at a risk of getting out-split pushed this game yet. They can just take their time, unless for some reason a pick-off falls in their lap and they can just run up the high ground. So yeah, there was not really a serious attempt, which we also saw by the Earth Spirit.
Yeah.
This is pretty scary too. Misery actually has a gem that I think King RD picked up, and they're just systematically removing all vision
Look at
outside
his
the base. Like, it's very scary for Stabile to go
Agent
anywhere.
creep moving into the base.
Yeah, he just needs to send Tempest doubles, essentially. That's
Yeah.
what he's doing.
Oh boy, just a little bit too far forward. Linaro is gonna have to pop that BKB as he tries to run himself back. Got the Tempest double up and running. Hiko's trying to find an opening. Boat's gonna come through. Will land over onto Weeha. Doesn't do quite that much damage though. Again, Tempest double coming in. They're gonna be able to roll right forward into the back lines here at the Olicorn for some trouble as is Hiko. They're gonna try to move back. And King King RD maybe just a little too far, but they're putting their attention now over onto this tower. And while they're running away and just chasing after this Earth Spirit, and they do finally get the kill, they will, oh gosh, HFN just casually like, oh, we're fighting now, we're not hitting buildings? Okay, let me come join you on that. They'll take their T3s and they just walk away. And again, the only one dead on the side of Chaos is, of course, King RD.
So Rubik stole the wall, yet the placement of the wall was just really odd. He placed it like in a spot that wasn't, way up there. I don't know.
Maybe it was a panic click. Like
it might have been with the vortex. He might have been doing it because they were kind of going to maybe save the Air Spirit or like trying to run over there. But yeah, he could have definitely placed it a little more aggressively, I feel like.
I don't think he's familiar with the placement. If you haven't played Pango or Darkseer, then you...
It'd be tough, yeah.
When you press that button, the thing that you think is going to happen does not happen, and then you're like, what?
Oh, what's happening here? All right, so we get the kill on Misery. HFN actually TPing down here. He's got his eyes on Costabile. Hiko was nearby. They don't want to fight around the shrine, though, I don't think. I guess they're thinking about it because King RD's back again, and he's trying to just get them away. We'll be able to roll out, though, and then he goes right back again with that X marks the spot. A little bit more damage. They'll find it, and they have to go and try to fight this Lifestealer. In comes Weeha, though. He's ready to fight, and they will get the toss off over into Hiko. He's going to be able to land the crush. They're going to try to run around here, and this is looking a little bit scary now because Weeha trying to run himself out. They do have that fountain. They've got the X mark the spot again over here onto the Tiny.
Oh.
Nice vacuum coming out from Tavo. They'll turn around. They get the kill finally on Weevo. Tavo trying to run himself out. He's slowed down so much. They've got the CC. They'll be able to take him out. And can they do it, Hiko? No, he's gonna play it safe.
I was thinking about it.
He just finished his Abyssal Blade. He actually did not have a buyback. So if he dies there, that would have been really crucial, but still a very good fight for Popsicles. And a lot of that, though, to be fair, is Chaos. Awkward fighting. They kind of kept going in with two heroes or so. Even Lifestealer then he had a chance to run away, but he decided to go back in as Weeha then jumped in, and they kept trying to fight outnumbered completely. So obviously great capitalize from Popsicles, but I feel like that was more chaos in the poor decision making.
It was one at a time. It was literally letting them walk in one at a time, and maybe they thought they were strong because they were by a shrine, but once that shrine is down...
But yeah, it wasn't, they didn't even have the activation from it. It's just more of anyone TP's in, but no one was TPing in, so... Roshan is up. They choose not to go for it, though.
I think that if they execute that fight a little bit better, they can actually come out even, for example, but that's... When you are ahead, you don't want to be going even. So you could see HFN thinking about it, going back in, going back out. He's like, you know, we can take this, but it's not great. Do we?
It's actually a Kipsism that I hear now in my head all the time when I'm watching games is if you're ahead, you don't want to be even. Oh, okay. All right. There goes the Rubik.
That's just rubbish. If you're in a position of strength, then trading even is really, you know...
It's not good.
Then you're not leveraging that extra power that you have over the other side.
No, I hear it now. Every time I'm watching a game, I hear Kip's voice, and it's...
That's spooky.
It's like the voice of God coming through sometimes. Just like, yeah, well...
Remember, dear child.
Yeah, pretty
trading
much.
even
Is that how it sounds in your way?
Choice.
Oh, this rush is going down like a champ, though. Look at this.
Lotus Orb finish on Darkseer as well there. That's purged this game with several abilities. Corrosive Phase comes to mind. Flux, I suppose.
Bardo.
Why every time I look at Bardo is he getting chased by some huge floor in the corner of the map? I mean, I have the answer actually for that question as well. It's because he's doing his job split pushing and sacrificing his life for the greater good.
Clearly that's his passive ability as a person, is it just manages to draw all the attention wherever he runs.
Still doesn't have the blink, though. That's
chase the pony, guys.
Isn't that what our overlay said before this centaur of attention?
Yeah, centaur of attention.
Those jokes have been great, by the way.
Someone needs to be fired.
Yes.
All right, vacuum coming through. Theolocor is just dead. No way. Yeah, monster kill. And in comes Weeha. They found an opening. They've got themselves an Aegis. Might be time to...
Yeah, this is
look at the
for sure.
The lines.
Basher and a Midas in his backpack. He's got the Aegis.
He's sort of going to take this shrine on his way through.
Yeah.
He seems kind of upset that he has to stop for it at all. And yeah, this Lifestealer is just coming to eat that base, so...
Interesting he's choosing not even to go the Abyssal Blade anymore. He's actually just changing his mind there. Instead wants the Mantis,
keep it in his back pocket sort of thing. Like, I can always go it later.
Yeah.
You know, I'm feeling pretty strong right now. I'm just going to run right over here at the Skunka. You know, Bubble getting placed
I
down.
wonder why he's so intrigued by the Manta style, though. I guess against Arc Warden, it could be decent for a perch. They do have a Lotus Orb to help with that.
Speed on that tower.
Yeah. What?
Is under attack.
The bubble's balanced, guys. Is one of the better ways to hold a base for sure.
He's so curious. Every time he goes for it, there's jump forward coming out here from Centaur. It's going to be the Rage. Just throw it back again. He used the Stampede. Tempest double, trying to push them away here. We'll be able to slow them down just a little bit.
Radiant's top tower
Every time
is
their
under
rage is
attack.
off, I presume it's the Darks who's going to be placing that Lotus Orb on top of his Life Stealer just to make sure that they can use him as a siege engine, because they don't have a really great way
There's a tower going though.
to take these base buildings. Yeah, so by now, I was talking about the tier 2 still being up before, right? That's only the mid tier 2 now. And Arc Warden is starting to get to the point where he can really threaten these side lanes if he gets the chance. And if you're Chaos, this is where you have to decide, like, are we going to go for the base now, or are we going to purchase, you know, boots of travel on someone? Are we going to start teleporting back?
Look at him. He's going right in there, place down the bubble. Let's get some damage on that tower.
Radiant structures
Bardo
are
again, passive
fortified.
tingling.
Now, Winter Wyvern alone is not really enough to stop a push like that. Sure, she can hold it off, but this is no tier 1 at like 15 minutes.
Got a blink pick up on
Dire
Misery now.
are scanning.
He's going to be able to get in the thick of
Interested
things.
that Arc Warden went the Orchid, by the way. It doesn't necessarily help for sieging or split pushing for that matter at all. Like stats, it's okay, I guess,
Attack
but
speed.
there's better items.
Weehaw! This is a huge kill, actually.
Oh man, I'm kind of sad that we didn't see the build up for that, because that's a great sneaky.
Yeah, how did that must have been
Pick-
smoke.
It had to have been a smoke. Had to be a
Yes.
smoke, but there's no buyback on Weebaw right now. Granted, that's not the huge, the giant glaring problem that is, you know,
Yeah.
HFN, but that's
But
a
now
little...
their base is actually under threat for Chaos.
Yeah, but I mean, even with the Orchid, as you're pointing out, Kips, I mean, we're in that point of the game now where Arc Warden actually is a serious threat when it comes to the split push. And Chaos is having to constantly respond to it. And even Tiny right there, you know, is maybe going back to push out the lane or whatever. Because of that, they catch him.
This was my concern when I was looking at the draft, because Chaos, they're the better players. The better players, they go, oh, okay, never mind, let's get right in here, let's go murder GRD.
They heard you.
They heard me. He was like,
Show you better players.
King RD was like, yeah, you know, let's prove it. And then,
Misery,
all right, anyways.
he's going to be fine. And actually, the Magnetite is ticking down. Centaur goes down because of it. Everyone else going to retreat and get out, but very aggressive play coming out from Popsicles. 10 more seconds for Tiny to resurrect, so figured they would try to get out of it what they could. But
Fielder has the rage. There's the taunt coming through.
dance away.
Disco
He's
Inferno.
getting back up.
Just gotta be careful because they're sending in the Tempest double. There's gonna be the roll in though coming out from King RD. They do have the bubble up. Not gonna be able to do quite as much damage as they'd like to do though. Let's clear him out.
And I imagine that Chaos are going to be pretty pissed right now at getting distracted. They still have this Aegis in the back pocket of their life.
That's the slice steal.
Yeah. The surge.
I knew he was going to be fast with that surge, but I didn't... You don't imagine the way that those legs move, you know?
I don't want to imagine that. That's like, oh man.
It's just creepy, man.
Aegis
Yeah.
is going to be reclaimed very soon here, though, in a
Yes.
couple seconds. In
There it
fact,
is.
I think it did, yeah.
There it is.
They're really pushing these as they... This is
Yeah.
for a major spot, just want to remind you.
Uh-huh, yeah. You can have
Dota.
fun while you play, thank you. There's nothing wrong with that.
$1
Oh, the
prize
X on the X on X. All right. Then got the rage up. There's toss of a creep. They will force them back. Oh, the jumping coming out from Bardo. We'll be able to clip him. They got the X marks the spot, followed up with the bow. Gonna be able to stun him up again. Lenaro's in the middle of a lot of people though here. He needs some backup. Pronto, and they're gonna be able to push them out of the base. They've got the Weehaw though here. Weehaw trying to get out. Actually has to go for his own BKB. He's doing so much damage though. They'll
Fear
back
me.
up. They have to coming through. They'll be able to get it now. This is a big old marshmallow. He's gonna walk away. Looks like Hiko though. He's having too much ticking damage. I don't think he's gonna be able to make it out in time. Yeah, they'll be able to find that kill. They'll find another kill over here as well. Dem over on the ground. Bardo having to run in. Lenaro did buy back during all of this. And they'll go. They'll use the, I think that was a Stampede coming through. X marks the spot coming out. They'll grab up Tabo here into the air, but they still have HFN that they have to deal with.
You know, I wouldn't be surprised if Earth Spirit on the fight recap here was actually in top of the damage charts. He kept the Magnetize going for so long on so many heroes. So yeah, as impressive as it was from Weehaw, in fact, speaking of, he's going to toss back into Kunkka. And now Kunkka going to be bashing up immediately. Sends a ship out, so drink some run. Kind of shake off the pain somewhat, but it's just going to be too much pain, and that's his death.
Ooh.
And he's staying dead for 100 seconds.
That's a nice Nice stomp coming out here from Bardo, but it's not going to be able to achieve much. Oh, yeah, that's all right. All right. I don't know. This is all right, Kostabi. Let's see. Are you going to be able to do it? Is this the 1v5 again here? Come on, let's see it. All right, Bardo jumping in. They got more buybacks. The whole team's coming back, and they don't want to give this up just yet. And they're going to try to roll out here with the Earth Spirit. They'll come back around here. This HFN, he's just a beast. Look at him. He can't even get out. He's going to get taken down. They're going to turn around, and this could be the opposite here, where HFN just slaughters everyone in his mom. That's an ultimate kill. They're going in. They want to go find themselves in Bardo.
There's
the Rampage.
GG.
GG.
Not this time, Costabile, HFN says. Not this time.
You got a lot to learn there, kid, still.
Well, luckily the kid gets another chance, but yeah, there's a
for sure.
very deserved victory from Chaos.
Yeah, to stress that though, again, this Popsicles team almost, you know, not overdoing it just yet. I mean, they are a good team as you kind of hype them up going into this, but they are still in it. They still have a chance to go to the major, so they'll just be in the lower finals now in that series. We don't know who they're facing just yet, but either way, they still have a good shot. But the expected team in Chaos did what they came here to take care of, and they're the #1 seed, at least out of South America.
Oh yeah, for sure.
They did so in style, I think. I must commend Raider Picole for like the couple of pickoffs that they did. The fight on the Radiant Shrine was like the way that they came in there was very good. And then, well, the underestimation from Chaos kind of, but especially that pickoff on Weeha as well. It was very clear that these guys were not just going to take the loss lying down.
Right.
They came to fight, they fought, and they did a pretty dang good job of it, I'd say.
Well, it's like how we were talking about earlier with the CIS game with Navi and how you wanted to see, you know, the other team kind of, you know, show their worth.
Yeah.
This situation, honestly, like Chaos, they are the best team in South America.
Yeah.
They are. But I was kind of hoping, because again, the Arc Warden is a little bit of like an X factor. I was like, maybe they can take one game off, or at least, you know, have it pretty close. But
it gave them hope. I mean, the Arc Warden actually was starting to become.
This is big too for South American region, is the fact that a lot of the times that you've got that one team, right, that's so good, and then everybody else gets stomped, like really, really badly stomped. So it's nice to start seeing these teams kind of, you know, maybe elevating themselves a little bit more,
seeing
where
more
they
of
can
them,
not necessarily always stand toe to toe, but they can, you know, put on a decent battle. So.
I agree.
Yeah, so Chaos, as expected, moving on to that winners final here. And I'm not sure which match we're covering next, actually.
I assume it's...
Oh, it's Thunder Predator Infamous.
I was going to say, I assume it's that one.
That's going to be really good.
And then after that, then the winner of that will play...
We'll play Raider Picole.
Yeah.
Right.
Popsicles.
All right, well, we're going to take a short break, guys, and we'll be back with more.